Oh, is everything functional right now? Uh, I'm looking at YouTube Studio and it says an error occurred. Please try again later, and I don't want to refresh the page. Y'all can hear me fine, right? We're actually streaming. We're not just flailing into the void. No video output. Yeah, that's good. Don't worry about that. We'll have video output in a moment here. Stream is just a black screen here, but can hear you. Okay, so it is working. It is working. Let's go. All right. Let's actually swap to VR. I'm glad it's working. I had a little jump scare there when I went to YouTube Studio and I was like, "Hey, you don't have a preview." All right. Hold on. Actually, you guys want to try something this stream? Y'all want to try using my regular microphone to see if that'll sound better? Also, hold on, let me... Ah, gosh. Okay, it is set up correctly. Thank goodness. You know what? Oh, come on, chat isn't scrolling here? There we go, that's better. That's better. Hello, everybody. How you doing? How's it going? Let's get this show on the road. You know, Nina, the term "I am not functional," that is a mood. That is just my life in a nutshell right there. Anyways, we're here at the steel mill. My head is really itchy. I hate this hairline. What? Stop getting pulled down by the VR headset, please. We still have engine number 69. We still have engine number 61. And we still have engine number 72. We got them all. 69 have red wheels. Yeah, don't all the engines in the game have this sort of... I mean, it's not really red wheels. It's more like red... whatever this part is called. Counterweights? I'm not actually sure what those are. I did some work to my Southern Pacific Custom today. A big thing for this, the eccentric crank on the driver's side was on backwards. Nice. Hello, Arson. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Watch Star Trek. That's 6, right? That's what that means. Star Trek number 6. The Undiscovered Country, and all I have to say is that it was a perfect send-off to the original series cast. TK, as the resident Star Trek nut, what are your thoughts on the new series that they came out with? Hold on, where's the... Okay, we have Shovel here. With like... the new action-packed ones they made in like the 2010s or the 2000s or something. Which way's open again? Okay, that way's open. Cool. I want to make sure we don't have water buildup in these cylinders before we fire up our little engine. Which one? Lower Decks, Prodigy, or Picard? I think it's, Prodigy? It's definitely not Lower Decks. I know it's not Lower Decks. It's not that really weird adult animated comedy show or whatever. Isn't the green engine the basis of Rosie from Thomas the Tank Engine? I have no clue, because I don't really know Rosie from Thomas the Tank Engine. I don't know. I don't watch the funny show. Maybe that's a live stream we gotta do. Oh, come on. And registration went out of range again. Oh, come on! Okay, there we go. Better. Hello, Mikey. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. To try Train Sim World 3. I got it on PS5 earlier today, and it's actually fun. It's surprisingly realistic. I think I've done Train Sim before. It's Dovetail Train Sim, right? I wasn't a huge fan of Dovetail, to be frank. It was fun for a while, but it was just train driving without any real goal to it. I don't know. It wasn't my cup of tea. At least here we're kind of like buying things, you know. We're upgrading, right? We're expanding. Prodigy is a show that with a premise that had a lot of potential to go wrong, but they managed to execute it quite well. Haven't seen much of it, but from what I've seen, it looks great. Oh, it wasn't a show; it was a movie series. No, not a show. Nope. Actually, this one is a maybe. I think what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing all of the switching jobs that we can. Though, actually... Oh, wait, no, we didn't come from the coal mine, did we? We came from the iron mine. Right. I thought we came from the coal mine because... reasons. So... I think... the plan of action right now, for what we want to do today, is move the 060 out from behind these two 282s so that we can use her as the dedicated shunter, and then we'll just leave these engines over in the main line or something, you know? Leave them on this end of the yard where we'll hook them up later. I got nothing to worry about. Oh! It's in neutral position. That's more like it. Speaking of space, I was talking about space with my dad yesterday, and he said something about Jupiter being a failed star, and I was like, girl, there are objects 200 times Jupiter's size that are still planets. Yeah, but none of them are actually Jupiter. That's the thing. Jupiter is a failed star. They're just all losers. You know, it feels kind of weird going on this engine. Because, the other day I got an HO scale locomotive. And and I put Snickerdoodle next to it. You know, tank engine, just for a size comparison. But for some reason my brain just went, oh yeah, Snickerdoodle's one of these things. And so I keep thinking, where's the lettering? Where's the cool orange cab? Derail value won't work for me? Aw, dang, that's a shame. You know why it might not be working for you? Have any ideas? Oh god, I'm hitting my desk. Also, am I at a good volume today, folks? Do I sound okay? Do I need to up myself? Do I need to lower myself? Do I need to swap microphones? You mean the Kelvin timeline, aka the Jar Jar Abrams films? The fact that the destruction of the Enterprise in that movie series was the best of it should say. What an insult. I just remember watching those as a kid. My mother loved that series, which is ironic because she wouldn't let us play Smash Bros because it was too violent. You sound fine? Alright, perfect. Just want to make sure, because I was editing that clip, you know, the one that we did for the short today. I was editing that down, and the microphone up here was catching a lot of breath, and I wasn't a big fan of that, so I thought I'd try this, and if it's working good, great, perfect, let's go. Time to explode the choose. Oh, absolutely, Nina. We're just about ready to commit a arson. That's the term, right? You know, this is so much fun doing it this way, but I can only assume because my head is tilted, this looks really stupid to y'all. Too bad. Jupiter was me. I left it there after eating too many space beans. Dude, the amount of gas that would have to escape your sphincter to create a gas giant, I would be very concerned about either how slow it was to make Jupiter, or how fast it was and how ruptured you might have been. We needed the moon of Jupiter simply to be called 119 as a nearby as a dirty train fan. Nah, TK, what we gotta do is we have to send 119 to Jupiter. That's what we gotta do. Send an entire steam locomotive to space. How's that website I posted a link to? Any good buys or nots from it? I don't do HO that much, Mikey, so there really wasn't much for me to get. It was cool to see, but like, there just wasn't anything for me, because, you know, I'm an 0-30 model. I know I did buy an HO engine this week, but that's a different case. I was buying it very specifically for something. Okay, let's get these engines detached from each other. Oh my god. That actually hurts my eyes. Hold on. Okay. You. There we go. That's better. That's better. Yeah, have you ever heard of Black Myth Wukong? Or at least today or yesterday? No, I've never heard of it. No. People are saying it's the best game of 2024. That's... Did Gollum come out this year or last year? Because if it came out last year, I... If it came out this year, I was gonna say best game of 2024, low bar to go for, all things considered. Okay, lights on. Man. You know, I kind of just went with whatever thumbnail I could for this stream. But I think the headlights in the darkness is surprisingly fitting. I was not expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be, I can't lean this way as easily. I was expecting it to be just a sort of generic screenshot that we put on for fun, right? But no, apparently we're actually going to be switching in pitch black today. Let's go, chat. This is going to be so exhilarating for y'all to watch me. Last year. Oh, it was last year? Dang. HON30 Snickerdoodle when I have money. That's the problem, TK. I don't. I really don't have money because, first of all, I bought an HO locomotive this week. We also bought some materials for the ON30 layout last week, which I'm really frustrated about because they were supposed to arrive on Wednesday. They haven't arrived yet. It seems that they're going to be arriving maybe on, like, Monday, if I'm lucky. Emphasis on if I'm lucky, because I might have a bit of a time crunch in the next few weeks. Which is funny, because we just dodged jury duty. I might have a vacation I'm going on. Let's hit the brakes. Let's go get a contract, eh? Let's go figure out what the heck we want to actually do today, right? My tornado siren went off and it was the Thomas and Friends runaway theme. You know, imagine if that's the last thing you hear before you die because of a tornado. One drop off. Let's see, what's the contest on this train? Panic, everybody! There's a tornado coming! Oh man, I'm having nostalgia of my childhood memories right now. Okay. Okay. Gonna make the bold assumption that this is the cut we were just looking at. Look out for the train! You know, everybody's like, here comes the airplane, kiddo! Well, why can't we do here comes the train that got stuck in a tornado? Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna drop a save here. Just in case it turns out this is a bad contract for us to pick up. Because it looks like it should be good, you know? It looks like it should. It's only 18 minutes. It's only one drop-off for 5,000 buckaroos. That's not bad. Trainado, the new horror movie. It's just like Sharknado, except it's actually good. Okay, we're lined. As much as I hate to say it, I know people who unironically think Sharknado was a good movie. I'm sorry for your loss, TK. I don't. I know people who laughed at some of the jokes in it and thought it was fun, but I don't know people who unironically thought it was a good movie. Bring us to a halt. Slow move. Donk. Let's just hope this works, right? Let's pray. Pray to the sun gods. And handbrake is off. Hot take. Unstoppable isn't good. It's basically just one of your dime a dozen run-of-the-mill 2000s disaster movies. I don't think that's a hot take, Celestial. I think that's just fact. Oh boy, is it all the way down here? Yes, it is. Alright, we're looking for 098 180. Okay, we're good. We got the right cars. We're safe. You know what? Last stream we talked about the funny idea of making it so we had a Trains ABCs book, right? Well, what if instead for this stream we had a rewrite of Unstoppable? That sounds like a fun idea. But we gotta make it more dramatic. There has to be like a dog stuck in the locomotive. The dog doesn't know what it's doing, and is very scared and very sad. Make it actually interesting. The only criterion I have for this idea is it has to keep the Crazy Eight's basis. Unstoppable. Oh, you probably didn't even hear me do that, but tish. Man. Boy. Where are cars at? You telling me? I realize now that yes, I 100% forgot to hook up the couplers, but you really telling me? Well, they're not telling me anything new. I'm 1000% a moron. Hello, sheep. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. 100% no romantics. Oh, hold on. Went a little too fast for yard setting. No romantic subplot. You could. No movie needs that, and you could entirely remove it from a lot of movies, and it would just cut down the runtime. The Celestial, you're ace. I don't think you. Like, all things considered, romantic subplots are actually important to a lot of movies. I do understand that for this one it probably wouldn't make enough sense to justify it, but you know what? It would be funny. Especially if there was a romantic subplot where one of the two characters is completely oblivious to the other person's advances while they're making advances towards the other person. Make it the most realistic romantic subplot, and the movie ends on a cliffhanger on the romantic subplot where we don't actually get a resolution, and so everybody wants part 2. It's very important. Oh. Alright, let's keep it at a nice, steady, slow pace on this last approach. A little slower. That'll do. That'll do. Alright, let's do this right this time. There we go. That's better. Oh, Steamer Herding Channel, welcome to the stream, welcome to the stream. And good morning, or I guess, let's see, what time is it? It's technically not morning for me anymore, but close enough. It counts. Also, my little wristbands keep slipping for some reason. Ooh. I need to adjust them every now and again. It's annoying. Alright, let's go. Let's do this right this time. Oh, it's going back to B. Okay. Totally relevant, but Australian court rules. Ooh, nice gold star for Australia. Got startled. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. Don't mind me being distracted. I played this on Quest 3. Hey, nice. I play this on a Samsung Odyssey Plus HMD. Which I hate it because from this distance, I can only barely read chat. Like the resolution on this is not great, but that kind of helps me remember that this is a fictional world. This is a virtual world, and I've been watching some virtual reality Minecraft recently, and a lot of people I've seen playing it have been like, "Oh my god, this is so real! I'm getting vertigo just by looking down," and I'm like, "But what if I was standing up here?" You know? Alright, hold on. Let me focus on, okay, I think we cleared the switch back there. the Switch. I'll watch your Rarity live streams. Hey, nice, glad to hear. I've been getting a lot of traction through the Rarity live streams recently. It's been really nice. Being able to, hang out with people, play the game I love. It's also been just growing the channel slowly. We've been getting a surprising amount of subscribers for the last, like, 2 to 3 weeks off of, Rarity live streams. It's nice. Don't forget Tony! I'm out of practice. I don't know how to do the Tony voice as well as I used to, man. It ain't the same. But we can get Tony in spirit. We gotta get the mobster back in fashion, baby. We can't let the lobster take over. You know, I've actually seen a lot of lobstering videos recently. I don't know why. But in YouTube Shorts, there's this one guy who keeps talking about, like, notched lobsters and whatnot. And he just keeps showing up in my feed, and I like it. It's fun. In Unstoppable, the main character's wife literally wasn't there, and the camera would just periodically cut to the wife watching the runaway in the news for like 2 seconds. Dude, that sounds like the perfect romance for this kind of film. Unstirpable. While attempting to steal a historic steam locomotive set to be scrapped, Stir falls off and sends the locomotive running away with some trashed cars in tow. That would be such an interesting film, though, TK. Because it was a steam engine that's been refired. There would be some really fascinating tension between people that are trying to get on the train. Because there's the scrappers who want the train back. There's the law enforcement who don't want people to die. And the steam engine, if it's set to be scrapped, is probably not doing so hot on the physical condition, so occasionally things randomly fail throughout the story. Or maybe somebody forgets something and, like, the piston caps get blown off as the steam engine's running. And that severely wounds, like, a kitten. I don't know. Blow the whistle? It's kind of pathetic whistle, I'm not gonna lie. It's cute though, I like it. It's adorable. Probably a banshee, a hooter of some kind. A lot of traction. I hate that I can't actually, like, move my fingers to show you cool positions and give you, like, a thumbs up or point at you frantically. I can't do that. We could incorporate the mobster into Unstirpable. What if the mobster is the main villain because he's the one that wants the engine scrapped? Because of some tragic backstory. Like, the mobster's wife was killed by specifically this locomotive hitting her one day because she was playing Candy Crush and not paying enough attention, and he's just salty about it. And the story has him learning, like a religious cult movie. The story has him learning about steam locomotives and falling back in love with it, and eventually deciding to not scrap it and save the engine. Oh wait, hold on. Did I go down the right track? No, I didn't. Great. I went all this way just to go on 6i? Oh, dude, we're not getting the timeliness bonus on this contract, for sure. No way are we making that happen. Could also get a ton of tension with the fact that it only has so much water in the boiler could go. You know, it'd be a really funny ending to the movie. Oh no. Oh no. That'd be the perfect conclusion to the movie. Everybody has a happy ending, right? They stopped the steam engine, but they, actually, that's not a happy ending. Who am I kidding here? Pretty much every locomotive from Europe had a hooter. Boring. They should have had 7 chimes. Pretty much the only ones that didn't were American imports, which ironically is what the SO608 is. I know, right? This is the S160, S100, whatever. And yet here it is, hooter in tow. Can't believe I didn't notice this switch was set the wrong way. I feel kind of foolish. Lost my dog on Father's Day. I'm sorry to hear that. My girlfriend lost her cat a couple of months back. Like 2 months, 3 months. It was a really sad time. Like... losing the unconditional love from a pet and the ability to unconditionally love said pet absolutely heckin' sucks, man. I wish that upon nobody, even though I know it is inevitable because, you know, pets don't live as long as humans. Now we have a new dog. We went a year without a cat. Between my first cat, Harriet, and my second, Hestia. Harriet died in January of 2009, not 29. And Hestia was a stray that just followed my dad home one day in 2010. That's how we got a cat. And now we're moving. Thank God. I was afraid we were gonna stall on the hill. Except my chickens. They're a pain. F them. Turn them into burgers. I cannot care. Chickens are different. Those aren't pets. Those are livestock. I raise my chickens to be pets. You raise yours for livestock. Or, sorry, no, I guess it would be the other way around. I raise my chickens as livestock. You raise yours as pets. We are not the same. He says, scarfing down a single chicken nugget as fast as is humanly possible. might need to adjust the strap on my head. I'm getting a mild headache from pressure right now. I don't want to end this stream after, like, what, 45 minutes just because my head hurts? Because I'm wearing the VR headset wrong? Tell it to my grandfather's current girlfriend who is a pig that she raised like a dog. Oh, that's cute. That's adorable. I like that. Okay, that's just sweet. Alright, I think I figured out how to provide, how to apply less pressure to my head, to my face. Okay. Unload. Donk, donk, donk. Hello. It's gonna be a little weird. This is a little worse for me to look down through, but whatever. It'll have to do. Let's go see. How much more time do we have on this contract? Oh yeah, we already failed it. Nice. I screwed up too many times. Alright, where's 7? 7 would be this track. Oh, and there's 7S. There is a very fast steam engine. I'm only going to go in 40 kilometers an hour. That's not so bad. I get that too, lol. Yeah, it sucks. I don't like it. I have this instinct to drink water, but how am I supposed to drink water? I'm in virtual reality. Am I supposed to go into the boiler and just go slurp slurp with a straw? Alright. Thrower in reverse. Take off the brakes. Pump the gas. Let's go throw that switch so we're not lined into the yard. Or, sorry, into the sawmill. And this is 7S. Perfect, perfect. Getting to Alarka, which unlocks the Robinson Gap coal. Do I need to buy my own cars or no? No, no. Robinson's Gap is not a captive service industry. It is a Robinson's Gap is just your standard get cars from the interchange and then send them back when they're done sort of job. Bad news, I only have one more week of summer and then I'm going to have to deal with the other human creatures again. See, what's funny to me, I'm doing my summer vacation in fall. My father and I, we're planning to do a vacation next month right now, so we might have another stream interruption up and coming. Just fair warning. To everybody. Oh, what the? Oh, wait, no, we're going the right way. Never mind, we're good. We're good. I still want to slow this down a lot more than I've slowed it down already. Hold on. Let's just bring her to a halt. You're lucky I go back next Tuesday. Peasants, you have school. How dare you have school? I have a Connie, not the starter one, and the passenger one in the C55. C55 will be good for coal drags. That's the grade between Alarka Junction and, I guess between Hemingway and Bryson is like a 2%, and that hurts when you're carrying a whole bunch of empty coal cars, you know? And then when you're bringing back the loads on the return trip, it sucks, you know. It's a pain. All right. That should do the trick. Yeah, there we go. Money time, baby. Unfortunately, not more money time, but whatever. You do what you can do. Make sure you have a locomotive with much chungus. I have a C55 personally. I think for the base game Robinson's Gap, the minimum that you really need for a coal drag is like the D46 or the C46. You might be able to get away with a K35 if you're lucky, but a heavy emphasis on if you're lucky. Personally, for me, it depends on the save. Admittedly, we play with modded engines, so we have the articulateds and we have the F units, but... Alright, hold on. What next job do we have? Where would this be? It's 3 pickups of various flat cars. So we need 2 1s and a 2 that are empty right now, right? I don't think they're in the yard, though. Why would they be? They'd be in the mill itself, right? Yeah, like right here, for instance. So here's set number 1. Where's set number 2? Oh, they've got to be farther in the mill, huh? Wait, where... Actually, where are they? Are these 3 sets of 1, or is this 1 set of 3? Oh, it's a set of 2 and a set of 1. Okay. Where's the last one, then? Is there actually a single flat car out here? I've informed you about your car's extended warranty. Haha! I don't have a car! I can't drive! Maybe it's over here. Yeah, here's a split. Oh goodness, this job might not be one I want to take on right now, all things considered. My fellow human creatures are an interesting bunch. There's a handful I'm fine with, but most are the kind of people who would show up to work in pajamas and expect to be recognized as an employee. I feel like no matter what stage of life you're in, there's always one person who's like that. At a minimum. God, it's so much harder to read with this. This is so much more comfortable with the way it's currently on my head, but I cannot read chat at, like, all. Okay, I can't, not at, like, all, but you know what I mean. Like, it's harder. It's worse. What? Where'd the shovel go? Huh, I didn't... Okay, I was trying to... scoop. I can put it away like that. I mean, credit where it's due, they put on some form of clothing before going to work. You know, I'm gonna take away that credit, because I feel like it would be more impressive if they had gone into work in the nude. Like, how do you manage that without getting pulled over by a cop for public exposure, right? It's like, just saying. Wouldn't somebody notice on the highway, especially if you're walking to work? Why would you be walking to work on the highway, though? What are you doing with your life? Problem I have is I go to a Catholic school, so a good amount of the people range from think being gay is just a lifestyle to actually not. Word banned by YouTube that I'm glad I caught myself saying out loud. Actually, I don't know if it's banned by YouTube, but I do not want to test my luck. Your steam locomotive has a warrant? I would be surprised if my steam locomotive has a warranty. I've blown this thing up 7 times and they've never once actually given me a free new one. They're just cheapskates. It's a scam. I need to start looking out for myself more. Buy better insurance providers. Okay, that's not so bad. Gotta get some hand stretching in here. Oh, up, bip, 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 bip. I went too far forwards. Or backwards. I'll read chat in a minute. I went too far. Now! So aren't I, like, actually supposed to grab the doodad? Isn't there some way I can grab the doohickey up here to fill with water? Oh, wait, right. wheel down here. Oh, this feels weird. Is that good? Does that work? No, it's a little too far off to the side. The way that laugh wound down made me crack up even though it was 100% an inappropriate moment of me laughing. Look, TK, sometimes we just need a little comedy in our lives. I need to adjust this so I can read chat better while not having a massive headache. Ah! This is pain. I also need to move this thing like 2 inches and I cannot muster it. Will this do? Did we line this up yet? Absolutely not. Where the heck? Where am I? Oh, okay, there am I. Okay, chat, this is a pain. Okay, that's lined. You accept Discord friend requests only occasionally. More often than not, though, I don't. My friend list is already way too big, man. It's got. I think I legitimately have 300 people on it. I don't. I don't always talk to 300 people, you know. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Are we there? Did we do it? Maybe? Okay, yes, we did it! Oh, that's an engine selector, never mind. Do not care about that. Here I was thinking 25 was a lot. You know what? Want to know what's the insane thing? 300 is after I trimmed my list. Because, dude, I used to have 700. I don't anymore. For good reason, but... maybe one of these days I should clean up shop again. think we're gonna overshoot, but... Where even is the doohickey? Here is the doohickey. No vehicle, current 439. Yeah, sure, no vehicle, right. I have an email account I've had since 1999. Guess how many unread emails? I'm going to guess 27,000. So you were collecting Discord friends like my dad collects phone contacts? Only partially. It was mostly because I was playing Splatoon and people would keep adding me. Because I had my account linked to Splatoon so I could talk to people. And that's how I got called the N-word one time. Personally, I keep my receipts to dispose of them by throwing them outside the locomotive at speed. I don't know why, but I love throwing objects out of moving vehicles that I can really do IRL. Rarely do. There we go. I don't know why I'm doing manual service now, by the way. I could probably get another job done without manual service, but... Head is hurting again. I gotta adjust the stupid... The VR headset is not making me happy today. On our old iPad, we have an email account we no longer use that has 250,000 unread emails. Been over a year since we checked that too. It's probably more by now. Which is a terrifying thought. It's terrifying that you even have 250,000 on one email. What was it used for? Like, signing up for those obviously scammy services, but just to try and get and win a free fridge? Come on, game. Come on. No? Yes. Better. Much better. Business email. Ah, yeah, that'd do the trick. Went yes to the email updates on everything. Yeah, we got Best Buy, we got Newegg, we got Amazon. Alright, hold on 1 second. Gotta check something for a moment. Sorry for the mild confusion. Alright, there we go. Back to game. Oh, right. I need to check something else for a second. 38% battery. Okay. So just so you guys know, I don't know, is this showing up on camera right now? Drum roll as I wait for chat to respond. Is this down here showing up on stream? Okay, cool. So, the battery's kind of low on these controllers. This is going to be our limiting factor on how long today's stream can last. I don't know, 25%. There we go, that's better. Oh, right, I should... I can't believe I didn't think to do this sooner. To help with my problems reading chat, I can just make the text bigger. Ta-da! Alright, next job. What are the hoppers over here? One yellow, 4 browns, all empties. That's probably a logistical haul at this point. Over here, this must be the job we were just peeking at. Let's see, how much money is that worth? It is $7,000. I think this is one we'll consider. This is way too many cars. I can't handle that yet. This one is a headache to do. I don't want to handle it. We have these two contests. 1 drop-off versus 2 drop-offs. Which one's coming first? There is physically no way for me to tell. Great. Oh, this is terrible. Which contest came first? Which one is the... This is terrible, chat. We need to figure out which one of these is 1 yellow and 3 blues, and which one of these is just 3 blues. But there's no way to tell. Other than to go back and watch the last live stream. Don't the cars say their jobs on them, do they? SMSU, oh they do, SMSU 98. Maybe they do. They do! That's actually really convenient. I can't believe I've played this game for so long and I never knew that. So 9-8 is the one... Okay. So 9-8 is this set. The one that's, the single drop-off. Okay, let's do that first. That'll be easy. Probably. Maybe. Where's... Oh, right, the engine's not even over here. I'm stupid. You know, it's funny. You can read. No, I can't. It's the entire reason I just ballooned up chat and I'm holding it up to my face like I'm about to eat a sandwich. You know, I wish there was some way for me to actually pin chat in the game world. Because that would be so cool. You know, if, like, the way for me to read chat was to specifically look in this corner or something. Or specifically look out the window over here, and chat is, like, sitting right here for me to read. That'd be fun. Someone mod that into Derail Valley. Oh, right, I'm stupid. Y'all watch me specifically because I'm the best Steam engine driver in the world, right? Email updates from all those timeshare and cult salespeople you talked to in malls once and left the address with. Yeah, have you joined my cult? I want to paint the world blue. It's called Splatoon. It's also called Earthbound? I've never played Earthbound. I don't know anything about that. Someone with more knowledgeable Nintendo knowledge, enlighten me. This is the stream, not the cult. No, surprisingly. The cult very specifically has to take place in a Minecraft world. We're not in Minecraft. Am I not in the cult? Oh no, my sense of identity! I'm not a part of the cult. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Oh man. So you want to know something really funny? Last night, before I was uploading the short that we had today, right? Which I forgot to set up so that it would see more people. I'm stupid. But I was setting up the short, and I realized that I needed that little piece of text that said bang or whatever to really emphasize the fact that the steam engine blew up, so you knew what was going on. Well, while I was doing so, I had to take the original video and put it in my video editor, right? Well, I thought my original video was copied, and it was on my clipboard. I can't do that. I don't think there's a way for me to actually copy videos onto my clipboard, but I thought it was copied onto the clipboard, and so I pasted it in to my video editing software. Actually, there is a way for me to do it on clipboard. I remember. Never mind. There is a way for me to do it on clipboard. I'm not completely stupid. But I hadn't copied it, and so I just pasted in a meme that I had sent a friend earlier, and so I was greeted by this very creepy grin and somebody just saying, "Daddy." Anyways, that's all you need to know. You can now disown me. This 2000s internet. We say, "Forgive me, Daddy," in a... Sorry, let me prep the voice. Forgive me, Daddy, for I've done bad. Reminds me of my school being Catholic. Waste time for... Oh boy. Probably in some bad attempt to keep organized religion going. I mean, to be fair, organized religion is important to some people. Just remember that there is a difference between organized religion and cults. You know, my father, he still goes to church every week, for instance. I don't. I'm agnostic. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, because I generally do try and avoid talking about these kinds of subjects on streams, but I guess here we are. But the amount of community that going to his church every week brings to his life is very, very nice. Especially for a man of his age, you know, he's 70. And today he's going to church, actually. Okay, he's not going... He's going to a different church. He's going to the train store. Admittedly, because he works there, but... My glad hands popped. Hello, Jack. Currently working on some more homework. I misread that as pantographs, not paragraphs. I have to write 3 pantographs worth of current events. At least I can do it about trains. Yeah, write about, Amtrak's expansion. Also, 3 paragraphs? That's not so bad. Admittedly, I know I'm a writer at heart, so of course I'm gonna be biased towards writing, but I don't know, 3 paragraphs really could be worse, if you ask me. Oh, wait a minute. Did I completely neglect the handbrake? I came all the way down here. No, the handbrake... This handbrake is fine. Is the handbrake somewhere else on the train? Down here, between these 2 cars? Maybe? Aha! There's my problem. The 8 sentences each. Okay, 8 sentences each? That sucks. Bro, a paragraph is like 5 sentences tops, if you ask me, and that's on a good day. It depends on the length of the sentences, though, you know. Sometimes a small sentence. You could get 8 sentences if a lot of the sentences are extremely short. That's fair, to be honest. Going to school like once a month jams a church service in the auditorium into the school day, and I think only 5-ish people in the school of 700 actually want it. Yeah, that sounds about right for super religious schools, to be frank. And I think the problem is, if I'm gonna be fully honest here, the problem with those types of religious schools that try and make sure you're religious is, especially during teenage years, teenagers are oppositionally defiant. Very much so. And you're telling me that you're trying to force them into a confined space to do something they really don't care for? You're just gonna alienate them further. Like... The problem to me with that type of teaching is it's exerting way too much control on somebody during a time in their life where they should be allowed to experiment and explore. And saying, no, you have to do it by the book, you have to do it my way, or else you get out of my house. Don't ask me why I have this voice right now. I sound kind of like Russian Dracula. Ha ha ha. Right about the situation of Ukrainian and Russian railways. Exactly! Exactly! Do that! You also have uniforms and they're ugly and uncomfortable. That's another thing I hate about these private schools that are... Why a uniform? Like... Again, it's a time of life where really... Kids should be allowed to be kids, right? How's the T for train work from last stream? Have you done anything with it, or was that just a one-time thing? We have done some random things on the Discord server, like throwing down the list of actually writing out the T for train stuff. But it does kind of feel like a one-time thing, but it feels like one of those one-time things that we're going to bring up occasionally and keep randomly working on and expanding upon, right? Like, it was meant to be a one-time thing, but it's not going to be, you know? Completely random interjection. Hey, it's 69 degrees outside right now. It's not super religious, and they say they don't care if we're religious or not, but they should, in my opinion, they should be separate. I can understand having some schools that have teachers. As somebody who is not religious, I can understand the need, or not the need, but the want, the desire, and why, and in some ways how it could actually be beneficial. But generally speaking, I 100% agree. Generally speaking, I 100% agree, but asterisk. Yeah, that's totally how 100% works, right? Uniforms have merit to an extent. I've always heard the argument that they help stop bullying based on attire because everyone wears the same thing. That I can kind of see, but nothing beyond that. Yeah, I can understand that idea, but aside from that, it really feels like it's just a bid for parental control. And it really does feel like it's trying to oppress creativity to force people to fit into certain roles that the school standardizes. And it further pushes people into just being what their past, what the previous generation wants them to be. I am very much somebody who does not like people forcing other people to be a certain way. I have very bad parental issues about that kind of behavior. Dude, this would be like a perfect opportunity for a screenshot right now. I'm gonna drop a save just so I can take it later. Hi, chat. How's it going? How's that smiley face emoji right there doing? Alright, we're aligned. Oh, I haven't even started the contract. What am I doing? B3IA7L. Ass. Wait a minute. Yeah, it says ass. Never mind. My nail. Painting my nails was a nays. I can't words. It's a good decision because I have to wear gear. Gray paints and a black shirt and shoes every day, so I might as well try and make what I can colorful. Yeah, exactly. Have some basic form of expression. I will. You know, recently I've actually been really liking painting up my locomotives in weird colors. Like, I still like having boiler black as a sort of standardization, but you know, the 2442 that we did in that Russian iron blue, it's a lot of fun, and I'm starting to realize, I think I'm starting to really realize that dark colors and grayscale don't always equate to a slick art style, you know? Oh, we're going way too fast. And this isn't the only place where I've learned this, you know? It's not just locomotives, it's also online, presentation. Because, like, what's the point of just being devoid of color? It's sort of... It can have personality, but it needs the personality through texture and texture alone. And I don't know, that just feels a little risky and a little... meh, if you ask me. At least you can almost guarantee you make the time bonus. Exactly! We're gonna make the time bonus. And if we don't, I'm going to be very disappointed. Hi, chat, as we keep Steed or messaging. Also, again, just checking in, my voice quality sounds good. Is there any problems with my voice quality, chat? I'll agree with that. Then again, I'm also heavily biased because I like lighter colors and Art Deco era styles. Hey, Art Deco era styles are cool, man. I can't blame you for being biased. That would be funny. We put the handbrake on in this specific car. Voice quality. I'm like, video quality? What are you talking about? I saw the V and I didn't see the O. I saw the I, though. Is it echoey at all, by the way? The voice needs 10% more Italian. How do you do 10% more Italian, though? Do you, like, just occasionally add in a little bit of extra spice? I don't know. How do you do 10%? Very, very explicitly and specifically, 10%. Other part that sucks about this assignment is that it's hard to find articles on my school's Wi-Fi because the network likes to block some sites that... Oh my god. Bruh. I can understand blocking places like Discord and maybe even Twitter. Although I feel like Twitter, you know, you probably shouldn't block it because there's totally posts there you're going to have to read occasionally. But... man... that sucks. You just say Mamma Mia every now and again. You mentioned pasta a bit more. Pasta la vista! I mean, if we want to go 100% Italian, I could do that really bad Mario impression. Mamma mia, wearing this VR headset is giving me way too much of a headache. You should instead use the Nintendo Labo. It's virtual reality, but it's only made of cardboard. So your head won't hurt as much. Does anyone even remember Nintendo Labo? That was so cool, but nobody uses it anymore. It's sort of like a dead MMORPG. That's what they call them, right? I wouldn't know. Nintendo hasn't made a one. I know that pain. My school blocked some searches for some reason. Apparently there's something wrong with me looking up the Holman Horror, but nothing wrong with Holman Locomotive Works. Probably has to do with the word horror. They just don't want horror thrown around, you know? They don't want people getting jump scared in the middle of school. School is funky about that. Actually, this year they're gonna ban using phones in class, which is worse for others because I can just be stupid in my sketchbook and they will probably unban it next year. Dude, it's really frustrating because my school was actually really lax about cell phones for the longest time, but in my last year they stopped being lax. And they started cracking down on phone usage a lot. And it was super annoying. I completely ignore the rules because it was my senior year and the teachers were like, yeah, whatever, as long as you're not being a complete butt about it all the time. And so I got away with it, but... One of my friends even said that the district government's own website is blocked by the school district's Wi-Fi. Wow. Nice. That's funny. Need to relax for a second. Ease up on the head. Just waiting until you hear about my school's new phone rules. I never use my phone, and I think the new rules are beyond excessive and highly suspicious. Sus. Like Among Us. As the kids these days would be playing on their phones. That's why we gotta ban them. I probably just lost 5 subscribers by saying sus on a live stream. Alright, let's go. We got the 18-minute time bonus, boys. We did the thing. We delivered to ass. What? Oh, it got stuck up there. Hey, we only did the 9 minutes, not bad. Totally didn't cheat the system. You're required to place your phone into a school-assigned magnetically sealed patch that can only be approved by the staff. TK? That's exactly what they did at my school. It was so annoying. What's it called? Does it have a little it's sort of shaped. There's a little hump at the top of the pouch. It's got green on the outside and gray on the end. Delivering from ass to butt. I'm just paying these off while I'm thinking about it. Did that reset? Engine number 72, is she still steaming? What the? So this is what gas looks like, chat. If you're caught with your phone once, parents are called and you're sent home. Second time, you get in-school suspension. Third time, you get a full week. Jesus Christ. Bruh. Wait, they weren't that strict about it where I was at. They were just like, oh yeah, just make sure you have your phone in, bro. Just don't use it in school hours or whatever. Don't use it while you're in the building. I totally used it while I was in the building. I think one way or another it's gonna backfire and I'll probably just be able to use them next year. In the meantime, it's just drawing practice and I can't complain. If my awful classmates suffer. That's the spirit. You know, this is probably the least train talk we've had in a live stream in a long time. I know we have these tangents occasionally, and that's totally fine by me, but I just find it funny how here we are driving the funny steam engine, and yet we're talking about school policies about phones and how much they suck. You know? Alright, hold on. Oop. Not what I meant to do. Alright, we're gonna line for the shed here. And we're gonna do some manual service. You think we come here for the trains? Well, of course you do. What else would it be for? You don't stay here for the trains, but you come here for the trains. So everyone finds out about this channel. Oh god, really? I keep screwing up the fire. That's the second time today that it's had 0 coal in it. Oh cool, an article about a bridge burning down. That seems interesting. Article, subscription required! See, the way I deal with that, Jack, I have an extension on my browser that, if I just want to see, like, one article from a website that requires a subscription to view, I'll just turn on a read-only mode, which unfortunately usually doesn't work, but sometimes it does. Sometimes you can learn a thing or two. Most ridiculous of the rules, though, if the pouch is even slightly damaged, so little as a scratch on it, it results in immediate suspension? That's dumb. If you want to try and spite the rules, TK, make sure that everyone band together and get like 5 classes to all have scratches, so that you all get immediate suspension over the very stupid rule. Just prove to them how dumb it is. We come from the random conversation you give. It's actually endearing, and I'm glad I found it. You know, it's really funny to me, though, because that's entirely how, like, 90% of the people who follow this channel are. They come here because, hey, this is kind of fun watching the train live stream, and then we just have these fun little conversations on the side and actually engage with chat. And I think that's why I like doing this so much and why I haven't burnt out. It's actually fun hanging out with y'all. Oh, also, complete tangent. I know some people like watching these live streams in post, so I might as well call you all out here for a minute, but also just call out people on stream for a moment here too. Recently, I've been actually receiving a lot of support from live streams for the last couple of weeks. I'm not entirely sure how we hit the algorithm, but we've been seeing a lot of new people, a lot of new faces, a lot of new subscribers, and I just want to say, hey, thank you for the support, you know? I know it's not always a lot, but every little bit means something to me, you know? It's nice to see the channel growing and to see things moving forwards. Meanwhile, you can sign into your eBay account on the school Chromebooks and buy random crap while you're at school. That actually happened. You've been able to get away with that multiple times, you madman. Nice. Let's not derail into the valley. You know we're gonna do it now that you've said it. We're going to blow up the train because it's funny. Yes, in range. Repair. 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 Is that it? Wait, that's seriously all we need to repair? Bro, $856? Dude, that's... Compare that to the 3,000 they were asking over here. That's insane. That's so much better. What are they asking for now? Only 1,000? And that's probably just for fuel consumption. And we can do another $800 or something like that. That's so good. What do you mean? Alright. Kick on the lubricator. Now you said that though, I wonder if I could get away with buying a train off of eBay in the middle of the school day. You probably could. If you do, make it into a video. Derail Oxbow Lane. Ah yes, my favorite game! Here's a strange idea I'm saving it to do in my sketchbook at school. Draw as many versions of the Dyson Sphere. We got the Dyson Sphere, the Dice-on Sphere, the Dyson Sphere, the Dice-in Sphere, the Die-in Sphere. What about the Die-in Sphere? Or the Die-on Sphere? I mean, I guess it doesn't have the S in there. Gotta get those hand stretches in. You know, the entirety of this live stream might actually be at the smelter. I was thinking I just started with smelter steaming for the name of the stream, because why not? But we might actually just be here all day. All 4 hours. Dyson Sphere? What about Die-Daughter Sphere? This is the start to a very questionable video on a very questionable hub website. Baby, I'll sphere your Dyson. Sorry, I didn't say that in the sexy voice. Let me do that again. Baby, I'll sphere your Dyson. If you know what I mean. We're gonna have to slow this down to a nice crawl. I was gonna draw every single version, by the way. The Dyson sphere was going to be a sphere going straight through some guy's torso. It can't just be going through some guy's torso, it has to be going through the sun's torso. right? Or you can make it sun as in S-U-N, and that could be going through some guy's sun. S-O-N. Hold on. I think we've overshot. Oh yeah, we've totally overshot. Oops. What am I doing? That's not the button! I'm a moron. There we go. That's better. Misaligned. Ow, stop moving. Oh, it's full. Okay. What? What the heck is this? Is there any way I can, like, keep this? No, my coin! Man, this is so sad, chat. This is depressing. One thing I'm hoping for this year is I'm not just a train guy again, because last year everyone acted like liking trains was my only personality trait, and it pissed me off. Dude, for me, it kind of is my only personality trait, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, okay, that's not true. I know I have other things I like, but like, dude, off camera, I talk about trains so much. It kind of is my only personality trait. Though I also like other things, other games. Is that a coin? It was a coin, yeah. Past tense. Saw a clip of the Russian Army Navy school earlier, boasting about training cadets on state-of-the-art software. It looked like World of Warships. How much do you want to bet that it was World of Warships? How much do you bet that they make formal Russian military documents? Those get leaked just so they can add better warships to the game and make Russia the best in the game. We're almost there. Letter Coast. I think we overshot. Yeah, misaligned. Okay. Brakes on. There. back. $395, that ain't so shabby. Now, how much money do they still want us to pay over the insurance company scammer boys? $1,200? What for? We've been driving for 5 minutes. Alright, this seems fun. Let's do this job next. I was talking with some of my friends. I was telling them about my search for an S700E. Or so not S, what am I saying? 700E, and one of them asked if I would break up with a girlfriend if I got one. And I said absolutely. That generally scared some of my friends. You're just embracing the true railroader lifestyle, though, TK. You're no different, you and I. I've been to a few train museums with a train simulator that was usually just trains. If I ever volunteer at a museum, I'm gonna make sure it's at least Derail Valley because it's the most realistic. Yeah, but you don't always want to have most realistic at a museum, you know? You want to have fun experience. And if you can make something that to the layman is good enough, then that'll do, you know? It's why my father and I, you know, for instance, we just have 2 loops of track, and for a layout that we say kids can run this train, we don't give them, hey, here's how you have to do a full operating session, right? And one of the things I was considering doing with the Laminaport Carity, once I finished the layout, was offering it as an experience for people to do. But one thing I've started to realize is that it takes forever to actually do, and it's probably too much work for what most people want to have as an attraction at a train show. So I might, if I do the Halloween layout that I keep joking about, it's I'll probably have that as the layout I bring to the train shows and have people operate for fun. It looks like bad and the DE6 isn't hard to operate. I disagree. The DE6 isn't hard to operate, A, because we've played the game. We know what it's like, and B, because we know exactly what we're looking for and looking to do when it comes down to driving a train. How do you set up an environment in Derail Valley for somebody to play for 5, 10, maybe even half an hour, where they'll fully understand things and they won't feel like they're doing a tutorial the whole time? Because again, we're train nuts. We know how to do this stuff because it's our main personality trait for a lot of us. Maybe not for all of us, but for a lot of us. And to the layman who's visiting a museum, it's not the same. It's going to be a lot more demanding for somebody like them. It's going to be a lot more, what's the term? Daunting. It's going to be a lot more daunting to the lay. There's only one exception to that, and all of my friends know who it is. That still doesn't stop them from being genuinely concerned about my hobby/addiction of model railroading. That is a mood, TK. That is a mood. Both the genuinely concerned part and the, there's only one person who I would potentially stop doing this hobby for. Or at least slow down doing this hobby for. Oh right, I forgot about this. I can float, chat. Look at how tall I am. I'm king of the world! Can I get on top of this roof? I can! Ooh. I feel powerful. Oh, I need to get so much shorter though. Uh-oh. I am facing the wrong way. Wait a minute, I'm disoriented, I'm discombobulated. I just realized I was touching my bed. I should not be able to physically touch my bed. Alright, there we go, bonk. Hook it up to a train sim controller that is labeled properly. No, Celestial, I'm sorry, but I'm never going to agree with you on this. Derail Valley, while it is a fun game, it is a poor choice to put at a museum or as an attraction that you want to have at a place where you're going to have high to moderate amounts of traffic of people who are not necessarily the most train inclined attempting to have a fun, small train experience. Derail Valley is fun, do not get me wrong, and I think long-term, somebody who's not into trains could absolutely get into this game, but short-term, a museum trip, trains might not be the perfect option for it either, but it's way better than Derail Valley is, in my opinion. To put it the way a Man in Black did, a person is smart, people are dumb. Exactly. I like that saying. That's a good one. I'm stealing that. I'm putting it in everything I ever say from here on out. Dude, this rain is gonna cause us some trouble with wheel slip. I don't like it. He's bad. He's going to kill me. Also, let's get this oh wait, no, let's not get this contract going. You asked me how I would set it up so the average person could understand. I did not ask you, I asked a rhetorical question. This is either going to be a pain in the ass or a lot of fun, and I'm not sure which. 3 drop-offs, 54 minutes. Simply put, an average person sees a steam train and assumes it works like the ones in Madagascar 3. 3 throttles and thermal throttling the boiler to drop 500 psi, then raise up that much again. You know what? At least don't use what the Toronto Railway Museum did, which was trains in new era with almost no scenery and all the switch arrow and icons everywhere. I can agree with that. I can 1000% agree with that. At least put decoration in the game. Make it look half decent so it feels like you're driving a train rather than a simulator. Like, that sounds like a not good experience, if you ask me. Or in the one animated short here on YouTube called Runaway Railway. I don't think I've seen that one, TK. Uh-oh. We're not slowing down very fast. It's a little concerning. Alright, now that we're here, now that we have basic setup started, let us begin, shall we? So what I was trying to say, Derail Valley can pass for real life, not anything else I've seen. See, and that's what I'm saying, is real life is not what people want. Scenery-wise, maybe, but the experience of teaching somebody how to drive a train in Derail Valley, how to teach a lay person all the ins and outs of even something as basic as a DE2 is complicated enough that most people would struggle to actually learn it within an allotted, reasonable time frame. 30 minutes, let's say that you want to have your reasonable time frame be 30 minutes. Most people are going to spend that time trying to remember how to do things constantly. You literally don't have to do that, Celestial. What are you talking about that you literally don't have to do that? Do we need to pull up a DE2 so that we can remember what it actually takes? Runaway Railway is the name of a newer Disneyland attraction. Oh! The silly one with Goofy and his railway. Yeah, let's see if there's a DE2 around here so I can drive this home. There is. Let's go. So we need to worry about the handbrake. We need to worry about the air brake. We need to worry about the starter. We need to worry about all these light switches, admittedly only once for all of this stuff, but still. You need to worry about the regulator, especially not pulling this too hard, because if you do, your temperature is going to go bang, and that's not good. You need to worry, well, I guess you don't need to worry about the horn. People are going to be fine with that. Still, there is enough stuff in here that teaching somebody how to do this all right with the oil temperature, with the maximum speed, especially if you're trying to run a train, which is what people are going to want to do over a long distance. How do you teach them to follow the speed limits, to make sure this is all good, to make sure you're using the correct one of these two brakes? Again, rhetorical, how? There's a lot to manage for people who are not new to trains. Or, sorry, not new to trains. New to trains, who are not really super invested in that kind of stuff. Okay, that's off. What am I hearing up here? Put the runaway video in the Discord. Just the thumbnail shows you the layman's view of the how a steam locomotive operates. Alright, you know what? Let's take 2 seconds to look at that, eh? Just the thumbnail. Just the thumbnail. Oh, that's interesting. That is not the one I remember. Never mind. I stand completely corrected. All the complex stuff, you just already have it set up. Start the engine, turn on the breakers, etc. Maybe save when someone F's up. That is the question. What happens when someone F's up? What happens when somebody inevitably puts the throttle at full speed and blows up the engine? Because everybody's going to do that. Like, it's a natural instinct to just push your pedal to the metal, right? And what happens when somebody inevitably says, "What does this lever do?" and does something that turns off the engine, presses the button that stops the locomotive? It's not just that the engine is too complicated to run, it is also that the amount of controls that the player would have access to is too big. And you really want to limit what is available to the player in an experience like this. I mean, for heaven's sake, with the, with my father and I, when we did those setups where we'd have kids run trains in circles, there was no direction toggle. There was only speed. There was no momentum. There was no, there was no power toggle. It was literally just a speed dial. That's it. Because that's all the kids needed. And whenever they would, we found in the past, whenever they would reverse the trains, they'd burn out the motors. They'd sometimes derail. Whenever they tried messing with momentum, they'd get confused when the train didn't stop when they told it to stop. When we gave them access to power, they would flick the lever and get frustrated. People are curious, people are inquisitive, and for an experience like this, not only do you not want it to be too complicated, which I personally fear that Derail Valley would be, but you also want to make sure that you limit what people have access to. And Derail Valley, too much. Too much stuff. Also, is chat scrolling properly? No. So we need a little more steam. Not to mention that some people will want to put the engine on full throttle without knowing the consequences of doing so. Exactly! Exactly! Like, I can understand the want for more realism 1000%. I understand the desire to show off the actual experience, but it's not the right choice for a museum. Okay, so we have A7 now. A, we go back to S. A3S, A4S. Okay, which one's going to S, though? One's 328. You hit the nail on the head for why both want to have operating layouts in my store, but half don't want to. Exactly. At least say you could just make a save file and just load it whenever. You would be loading it a lot. I'm gonna say that in response. Oh, 328 is up at the front of the train. Oh, no, it's not at the front of the train. What? 328 is here. What? So you're telling me we need to go A3S, A5S, A4S? Oh, boy. This is gonna be wildin'. Oh, also sand is slightly on. It should not be. Also, this conversation is kind of making me realize that my want to have the Willamette and Port Caroni operated by people at train shows. It's never gonna happen. The experience is way too long and way too complicated for what I'd reasonably want to do. I'm sure people would love to see a big operating display in my store, but if I'm going to conventional control, how do I stop them from messing with the controller? Exactly. I mean, what you could do, TK, is what a lot of train stores do, which is just have a button that says push me. It's what basically all of the train stores I've seen do with their setups. Also, I might have to delete it. Oh no, we have enough space in Ash. I did see that message, Celestial, and the answer, if you want my answer to that, it's actually school. I know that's a really weird thing to say, and funny to bring us back to the conversation topic from earlier, but it is legitimately school. The way our system is set up right now makes it so failure is an unacceptable burden. And so having an opinion and having other people tell you it's wrong and give you point-by-point plays, that hurts hard. And we get extremely defensive of our views, no matter how important or unimportant they are, because we've been conditioned to a point where if we don't prove that we are right under these circumstances, we are therefore entirely wrong and there was nothing of merit and we have failed. And that is a terrible system to live under, if you ask me. It's horrible. Because the fact is, we as people, we're going to be wrong on occasion. We are going to mess up. We are going to make mistakes. It's just how life is. And yet the way that we are built up with our grading system basically says, you are a failure unless the system agrees with you. That's not healthy. I was honestly going to put it back, but I thought it was going to confuse everyone and distract from the point. I think it is a relevant conversation to have, though, especially because we had this conversation about how the school system that we currently have is kind of oppressive earlier, you know, with how we have these restrictions and religious private schools and murmur. It is a good point to bring up here, Celestial. I actually think it is the healthy extension of the conversation we have been having. In a weird sort of way. Because it's just true. You know? Okay, maybe I'm not saying... It's just true is not what I mean to say here on the original point. Brain is a little fried, but... The push me button idea is actually somewhat tied into an idea I already had. I'm going to have a coin-operated N-scale layout right at the entrance where you could just put in a... Ooh, that's a kind of fun idea, and a great way to have the shop supported quickly. I'm going to have to open a store, a 3D print store somewhere here in Portland, and we'll just have one of those. Put in a quarter and the train will run! It's magic! Oh, I still have a brake on, I'm an idiot. But it also, Another thing to mention about that sort of condition of hating being proved wrong, the internet also has kind of gotten in the way of that, you know? And exaggerates this condition and this fear within a lot of people. Because the way that social media works, we are constantly seeking the validation of our peers, the likes, the subscriptions, you should subscribe, you know, and we're clout chasing. I mean, I know that not everyone is. There's a reason I've personally stopped using Twitter, aside from, you know, the weird stuff that Elon's been doing. But the way the internet is currently set up to try and get more and more engagement just pushes us into that same space of, I must be right so that the world will accept me. Is no bueno. And trust me, I have been in that same condition 1,012 times. It sucks when you have that feeling in the back of your gut of somebody is frustrated with me or somebody is frustrated with the opinion that I have held. It hurts. It's this deep feeling of like a rat that has been caught in your stomach and is trying to claw its way out, you know? I don't know why I thought of a rat. That's actually kind of a disgusting thought. I don't like that. I should not have put this mental image in my head. This is a terrible plan. Borrowing/stealing the coin mechanism off of a slot machine. I know they work because my family owns a really nice slot machine that my dad keeps accidentally breaking. Hopefully he's not breaking the coin part of the slot machine, though. Right, how are we looking right now? Oh, we got a bit of a ways to go. Also, I'm always so afraid that chat isn't scrolling properly, and so I just... I don't know why YouTube keeps doing this to me. The worst part is I've thought about how this exact thing for Derail Valley before, but the way I know you would have to set things up is just too far from how we play the base game. I can't summarize it in a single sentence or paragraph. I get that. Because that really is, I guess, my biggest concern is, from how the base game plays, how would you alter this in a way that it could be accessible? And I think the answer is you'd have to actually modify the game files in some way. I think you would need some serious mods to better restrict the scope of the experience. Because I think if there were mods involved, Derail Valley could 1000% work. And it would be a really cool way to get people engaged and get people interested. And maybe when they go home, you know, they actually try out the realistic sim and have some fun with this. It's just, to me, the way the game currently operates, not just the way that that you're supposed to play normally, but the way that the game is fully presented and the way you can play proves to be a little bit of a problem with trying to make it work, you know? Gonna step off the stream and do some dishes for a bit. Also, as a straight A student, you're 100% right about what you just said. Dude, I was a straight A student back in high school. You know, let's get personal for a minute here. Why do the dishes, TK, when you can also have, like, the stream open in the background? You coward. I was a straight A student up until my junior year of high school. And I went from straight A's to straight F's. And legitimately, and this was because of the divorce my parents were going through at the time. And the traumatic experiences at the household that I was dealing with, right? I won't go into too much detail about that. I'll probably bring it up occasionally on streams, but I don't wanna relive those memories. They fucking suck, dude. But I went from straight A's to straight F's. And you know what? I feel like whenever I try and commit myself to an experience these days, I give up way too quickly because I'm failing. You know? I've tried to learn better techniques for video editing, and I'm doing that actually. I'm actually improving. I am improving on that front now. But it's taken me how many years of doing YouTube to learn? I tried learning art last year, and I did improve. I did actually get good at it, but I gave up after a month because I was getting so tired of feeling like I wasn't doing enough, and feeling like I wasn't learning it at the pace that I wanted to. The expectation that I had set for myself. I was learning Russian so that I could, because I'm a simp. Admittedly, so that I could speak it with my girlfriend, and I gave up after a month because I felt like I wasn't learning it fast enough. It felt like I wasn't getting those A's, and once I started getting those F's, I never truly recovered. I don't think I ever got another A in high school. And I know that the reason I got F's was because I was legitimately skipping class. I was so depressed at that time that I could not make it to school because I felt overwhelmed with emotion. But after that one semester where I almost flunked out, I don't think I ever got a single A again. I might have. I might be exaggerating this a little bit in my own memories, but losing that 100% streak of A's was a crushing blow to my ego and my dignity, and I don't think I've fully recovered, and I don't think... I'm not sure I ever will. And admittedly, there's also the my family fell apart, and that sucked part of the whole ordeal, right? But... Hi, Sean. Welcome to the stream in the middle of us talking about depression in life. My idea was that you have a custom trained sim controller that doesn't have the buttons for the things you don't want people to do. See, you know what's really funny, Celestial? You know the whole I don't want to be proven wrong mindset that we were talking about like a minute ago? For a minute there, I didn't read your message out loud because I was in that syndrome. Because you're right, that would work. It's literally the thing that my father and I did with our train setup, right? With our loops of track that we had for kids to run the trains. That is an effective way to quote-unquote modify the game to make that functional. Though you still sort of have the questionable issue of how do you make sure that people don't overheat the train, but I guess the answer to that is make it so the regulator has a maximum amount that it can go to, right? Also, are we finally out of the rain? Oh no, it's just light rain now. Never mind. Never mind. What a time. What a time to be alive. What a time to join the stream, too, where Stir talks about deep life issues that he's gone through in the last 6 years that has completely changed him as a person. Did we set a handbrake on this? I don't think we did we? Wait. We did not. Oh my god, I keep hitting the button. Okay, let's give this a little more oomph. We're almost connected. Emphasis on almost. Hello, Wes. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Alright, we made the bonk. We made the donk. Kaboom. No, Rico. No kaboom. Hello, Derail. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I forgot to take off the handbrake. I put on the handbrake a second ago. And yet, here we are, and I haven't put it back. And I was about to try and drive this dang thing. So this hopper is 225, and if we look at the book, isn't 225 the one for A3S, if memory serves me right? It is. And then this guy goes to A4S, okay. You had that other one you didn't even see, that short gotta make up for it. You know, true. We gotta make up, we gotta blow up number 72 just for shies and giggles. I was gonna do it since the DE6 has 6 traction motors. If you overheat one, you still... That was a weird burp. You still got 6. Plus, I think you can hook the motor breaker to the button that you press twice there on. Well, the other thing that's nice about the DE6 Celestial, and another reason that I think it's worth considering, it looks more American. Like, you're... I know you're Canadian, but that's North America, you know? And so it'll be something that a lot of players can relate to better, right? Especially if there's actual cab controls. That maybe you can... Okay, never mind, I'm getting too ambitious there. That's outside of the scope of what I keep saying we shouldn't do. I missed whatever that came from because sick. RIP. Yeah, that came from about 2 weeks ago, I think. What stream would it have been? It would have been... Yeah, it would have been the week before my birthday, the week before the 14th. I think I exported it at a lower value, but... Gonna be limited to the cab interior. I'd hope so, yeah. You could have it, though, so maybe there's a button for you to lean your head outside of the cab. It's been a rough couple of weeks, so time has become a meaningless soup. Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. That's really funny you say that, because we were talking about depression and families falling apart like 5 minutes ago. What are we talking about? We've been having a bit of a long-standing debate or argument, I'm not entirely sure, I'd call it a debate, about whether or not Derail Valley can be used as a simulator in a museum environment as a way to just have a little simulator experience for people to play for a couple of minutes. And, I'll just mention this out of nowhere. Uh-oh. What are we mentioning? I'm afraid. I have fear. We're sort of refining the idea of how Derail Valley could be presented in such a way where it wouldn't be overwhelming to the lay person. Hello, Mudge. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Did I set a handbrake on this? I didn't. Wait, is this blue? Okay, it is blue. I got scared by the brown down here. You're right in a sense, steam locomotives... Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Steam locomotives, that's not a question. Steam locomotives would be way too overwhelming for a museum environment. There is zero doubt about that, I think, in anybody's mind here today. Would it be funny? Absolutely. You think normal humans can use a hose? You think normal humans are actually going to be able to spot things? It could be interesting, though, Celestial. One thing that could be a fun alternative here, to get people into Derail Valley is have, like, a Saturday Academy class where you actually learn to drive the train. And have a couple of sessions playing funny train game. I'm already tired of the vote for me ads. See, I haven't seen any of those because I still use an ad blocker. Okay, I've seen them on TV because my father, you know, he's been watching some of the stuff. But the FBI says I should use an ad blocker. By Jove, I'm going to use one on most websites. There are a couple of asterisks. I will not disclose where those asterisks are for legal purposes. Gotta have some ambiguity, right? That's why you use VR rather than a real one. So, Tavre, the big debate point that we've sort of been having about Derail Valley in general is that the controls and what you actually have to do with your trains are too complicated for the layman. And that Derail Valley, in its base game state, if you were to even if you're trying to get somebody to run something like a diesel, like a DE2 or a DE6, it would be a little bit too complicated to get people into. Hold on, uno momento. But I think the sort of pointer that we've come to here is limitation of control. Make a modified controller and a save state for the game, and make it so that the users are only able to do certain actions and are limited in how much those actions they can do, so that they don't get overwhelmed trying to drive the train, you know? I think that's sort of the consensus that we've come to through this, this discussion. Limited controller good. Even if you don't want Derail Valley, Railroader would... Oh, Railroader would be a great option, though you might want some mods to add a little more buildings and scenery and stuff. You know? And plus, it would be a lot easier to drive a steam train in that. Not perfect, obviously, but... Railroader could be interesting, though, because if you were to run a passenger train between, like, Whittier and Bryson, let's say, that's a decent distance run that'll probably take about 10 minutes to complete. Stopping the train at the station is super easy to do, right? Get yourself, like, a P-43. Or maybe you can just give them an engine and don't show them the fact that there's no train they're driving behind them. I'm cruel, I'm unusual, I'm evil. Alright. Boop. 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 Euro Valley and VR sounds so scary to me. I've been I didn't need to actually couple those cars together. Oops. I've been way too much for me to be allowed to use the headset. Honestly, it's not that bad. In some ways, you actually remember to do things more because you're actually able to move around a lot more freely with your view. It's surprisingly intuitive. Admittedly, it takes a while to get to that intuitive state where you feel fully comfortable doing this, but... Captain always goes down with his ship. Yeah, and trust me, the explosions are not as bad as they might feel like they should be on VR. What time is it, by the way? 2:41. Okay, so we can sign up for another job or two here at the smelter. Alright, we did that in 36 minutes. No environmental damage, let's go. The captain goes down with his dump. Stir fire. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Actually, what I do with the Derail Valley sim environment, if you can only see in front of you, how are you gonna tell if what you're pulling? So in Railroader, one way you can make sure you're actually pulling things is have it so there's one person who's in the caboose and one person who's in the locomotive. Right? And then you not really two people. You have one camera, one character, one user who is in the caboose, and one user who is in the cab of the locomotive driving the train, right? And then that way you can have it so you can actually see the train you're driving as you drive it, right? Tell them to just put the reverser to 50 on the steamers, they'll move at a reasonable speed with some more power. Exactly, just tell them to take back the reverser. And you can make a custom controller for this experience. Dude, I know what I need to do when we go to the next train show. Also, I can totally turn this off now, right? We don't need the wipers anymore. There we go. Speaking of smelter, what do you think about a steel mill out behind Bryson off of the Walker branch, just after the bridge with a saw-by to the industry? Trying to think of what you mean just after the bridge. Oh, you mean... Oh, you mean after the first bridge over the river at Bryson, and it's immediately you just do a switchback? A saw-by is a different term there, Mudge. Saw-bys are for two trains meet, right? Both of them are too long for a siding. At least I think this is what a saw-by is. It's something relating to two trains meeting at a siding. So you have to split one of the trains in half, pull forward, split one of the trains so that the end is off the siding so that the other train can push it. Once the other train is clear, the first train clears the siding fully. The second train backs up, pulling the extra half of the train onto the siding, then it goes around on the siding, and then the first train backs up, grabs the rest of its train, both trains go on their way. I think that's what a saw-by is technically called. Either that, or it's where one train is too long for the siding, and you have two trains that meet, and you have to wait for one of them to saw by. I'm not thinking of teaching them how cutoff works, etc. Just move this to 50 one way to make you go forwards, 50 the other to go backwards. Lies to yeah, exactly. Lies to children / babies. Exactly. You get it. Lies to children and babies. Single switch by the bridge, but you have to pull up walker. Yeah, exactly. A switchback. That's what you're thinking of. Even if you can see outside the train, these people don't know anything about trains, and you think they're gonna notice? Exactly. Just babyify it. Do the bare minimum. It's funny that I'm talking about all this, like, oh, you have to make it this way and that way and this way to make it so it's an approachable environment to your, to the railroaders. But, or not to railroaders, to newcomers to railroading. But as soon as we get to the actual scenery in the world, it's like, oh, just babyify it. It will be fine. I thought it was where they were technically too long, but only just so you can squeeze past and hope there's enough leeway within the loading cage so they won't collide. Maybe. It might be that. What I do know is Mudge is talking about a switchback. Mudge is referring to switchbacks here. Also, alright, hourly. I'm going to do my hourly check, just make sure I don't have anything I need to worry about on my computer. Because for the court record, chat, I actually have a package that is late. I know I mentioned this earlier, but there was a package that was supposed to arrive on Wednesday. It has not arrived. In fact, it only arrived about 3 hours ago in Portland, so it's not even going to be delivered until Monday. Thanks, world. You are so kind to me. Alright, whatever. Back to chat. Drink. Oh yes, drink. You are absolutely correct, Tare. Hold on. I must slurp. I must stay hydrated. Alright, is chat still scrolling properly? No. Now it is. There we go. Look at that. Hail, hydrate, badum-tish. You know what's really funny? I know, man, this stream has had so many tangents on it. We've talked about how the school system fails us. We've argued about what's the best train sim. We've talked about depression and life and whatnot. And now here I am, and I'm going to be talking about Dungeons and Dragons, baby. Back in a campaign that one of my friends did, they did Hail Hydra, because, you know, they wanted to make the funny reference. And one of the things I very strongly remember from that campaign, when we were in the part where they were hailing Hydra or whatever, for some reason, we were required to do brain surgery in order to maintain the fact that we were spies or whatever. We had to do this to show our allegiance to Hydra in this world. And, everybody failed. Except for the goblin whose intellectual score was like a -5. The goblin whose intellectual score was a -5 got a natural 20. Because of course they did. When is there not a funny natural 20? Dungeon does not equal dragon. Hey, you never know. I'm sure there's somebody who would really like Dungeon is Dragon. You know, that's probably somebody's kink. You must just stop your stomach from exploding. You know, that would actually be a really horrifying way of framing Thomas the Tank Engine, Jack. Like, in order to stop yourself from blowing up, you have to eat enough food, so you can become good and healthy. Just now imagining Tiamat getting extremely insulted, thinking they're calling Tiamat a Hydra. Yes! I can 1000% see that happening, Nina. Oh no, I overshot. No. Oh my god. We'll get this. Everybody failed except for the goblin whose intellectual score was a -5. Nice quote to rejoin this stream too. Oh, don't worry, TK, that was about brain surgery. Anyways, hello, welcome back to the stream. Welcome. Perfect timing. As pretty much the plot of one of the 80s episodes. I wouldn't know. I didn't watch the Dungeons & Dragons shows or whatever. I haven't seen the movie. I hear it's good. But, like, the last movie I watched was, like, either Puss in Boots 2, The Last Wish, or it was Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's pretty much, oh, Thomas. Tare, you have made and concocted the worst idea I think I've ever seen on one of these live streams. Thomas the Tank Engine, Dungeons & Dragons, crossover. I'm sure somebody's probably got a campaign for that, right? No! Ah, we overshot that, 1000%. Thomas the Spider Dragon. That's Choo Choo Charles. It's not... Choo Choo Charles is the funny jump scare game. Don't imagine if Choo Choo Charles was actually a part of a Thomas series. TTTED. Hold on, are we lined? Yes, we are. Let's go. Refuel. Bring her back up. Pop in the cab. Now we gotta do it again, boys. We're gonna overshoot. There's currently a thunderstorm outside, and I'm going to get myself a drink of nice cold tea, because that's exactly what everyone thinks of having during a thunderstorm. Man, you just make me... TK, now I want ice cream. How dare you? Charles lives... Oh, hold on. Charles lives on a nearby island. Why? We don't talk about what happened there. Yeah, the fat controller got too horny one day. He should not have added his spider kink to the trains. That did not stop him. Really? Thomas is now ready to face the final boss. Mattel. I don't know if there are any final bosses. I've never played Dungeons & Dragons. See, the thing is, Jack, the final bosses are all dependent on what group you are playing with. Because sometimes you can have a final boss, sometimes you might not. It depends on the campaign and storyline you have, you know? Alright, cap her up. 12,000. Money. Okay. And this is a lot of coal used today, huh? I mean, I know we did a longer job than usual, but... surely we have more work we can do. Surely, surely. How about this one? 2 drop-offs. I know where they are already. I think we can do one more job. I think we can do one more job. Isn't it Hasbro that took over WotC? Yes, Hasbro is the one that took over Wizards of the Coast. Which, dude, as a Magic the Gathering enthusiast, oh my god, what's the cards they've designed, man? They're so... Nadu combo, please be banned on Monday. I swear, I don't want another 12 years of this. Just be another Hogak summer and be done. Hey, Bucko, welcome to the stream, welcome to the stream. These monster effers, I swear! That's right, boys. Today we learned some, We learned that the Fat Controller is into spiders. This is information none of you wanted to know, but now you do, and it's never going to leave your head. Do we think Derail Valley and My Summer Car take place in the same universe, seeing as they share a cuckoo sample? Perhaps. I mean, they're both kind of... I mean, I guess you can't die in Derail Valley. His doctor has forbidden him to talk! It's alright. The mental image of a man trying to top a spider that is the size of a quarter, or worse yet, a spider trying to top the Fat Controller. This Fat Controller with a spider anime waifu. This is the conversations we have, huh? These from school system failures to talking about train sims, to talking about depression, to talking about the body pillow that the Fat Controller from Thomas the Tank Engine just happens to have. This is why the doctor forbade it. See, remember that trains in this universe have sentience, as do other vehicles. Does this mean that the Fat Controller has put a vibrator on his body pillow? On his spider body pillow, just so it has a mind of its own, so he can come home to it and be happy and whatnot? Does this imply that all mechanical beings have life to them? You don't want to know what I just watched? You say this as we're having one of the most cursed conversations we've had in a while now, and that's saying something. What did I just join to? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I should turn on the headlights on the back of this locomotive real quick. You know what's even more cursed about all of this spider talk and Thomas the Tank Engine and the Fat Controller? Come on. Oh my god, this doesn't want to shut. It's the fact that right now, we're running the tank engine. We have our Build-A-Bear Thomas, our Thomas at home right now. And here we are, talking about the Fat Controller's kinks. Stop talking. Never. This is why you guys join stream, right? You're not here for the trains. You're here for the memories that are gonna scar you for life. That implies the fat controller is being the whole and not the whole. Look, we already established the fat controller cannot dom, as he has been told by his by his doctor. Kink controller. Pulls out a leather whip. Just snap. A little whip crack. Worst mental images. The spiders the fat controller are into are the size of Minecraft spiders, aka the 6 foot 6 inches. Well, GK, why do you think we have the body pillow? Can Thomas have you know, Mattel, this is what you need to get you need to do. You need to have for all those rowdy teenagers, you need to have an educational video like that one that the Mario Bros did back in the days. You gotta teach those 5th graders. The fat controller, also, he could be a power bottom. Oh, this is... Somebody needs to clip this so I can timestamp it and make it into a stream highlight. This is terrible, and we need to make sure that more people are indoctrinated with this information. Thomas and his friends have... You know, that's true. Why do we not have Thomas and friend romances? This is probably the exact reason, actually. We are probably the reason. We are the exact example as to why Thomas and friend romances are not allowed. Quick! Change the switch! I mean subject! The switch? You know that's a term that we can use for Sir Bottom Hat. I can't believe I made that pun on the fly and said it with a straight face. I'm becoming desensitized to all of this and it scares me. Soda or Bottom Island Paradise. Been spending most our lives living in a bottom's paradise. I think the answer to your question there, Steam Rating Channel, is technically no. Although I guess baby, are you a Steam engine? Because I'm a tender and I'd love to use my injector on you. Sorry, I didn't say that in the Tumblr sexy man voice. Hold on. Baby, darling, are you a steam locomotive? 'Cause I'd love to use my injector on you. There we go, that's better. Actually, that's worse, but I'm gonna say it's better so that we can... so that I can at least not be the one suffering here. You just reminded me that I used to know a guy that shipped Reading 1187 with PRR 94, like the locomotives. I'm gonna bring that up in the Camelback video I'm gonna make so you can never forget it. Good. Make sure he suffers for life. That's enough of you rizzing people up with your railroad terms. Oh, don't worry. I got more where that came from. That can be interpreted in more ways than one. Why don't we have TNF romances, dear lord? Don't remind me of all the cursed shipping from early 2010s YouTube. Too bad, TK. You want to know what something even more cursed? Those cursed ships that you're thinking about, there's probably people who still actively write about them on Archive of Our Own. On AO3. People just put their faces on steam engines and ship them. You know, but it's not shipping, it's railroading. Checks AO3, incognito. My life in a nutshell. There we go, that's better. That's better. Can't believe I didn't close that earlier. Somebody please clip this. At least just a tiny moment of this and put it in the server so I have a timestamp that I can edit this on later. I don't need a full clip of all this. I just need to know approximately when in the stream. Oh wait, I can check. Somebody write down that it was at 3 hours and 6 minutes into the stream. Roughly. Ah, the benefit of starting stream at noon. I was gonna have a shot at the video of 94 repeatedly coupling it really fast with the TF2 pan sound effect. It's gonna cut to the Monty Python. What a strange person. What one hell of a way to do a call-out post. I'll add you in the Discord with it. Thank you, thank you. I'll check that after stream. Grab the timestamp. I want to forget this conversation happened. Never! You must remember the spider! You know how people sometimes will say clussy for clown? I was about to say spider, and try and mix it together with SP and... But I realized that that would literally just be me saying it and adding an S at the beginning, and I don't think YouTube would like that. Surges Thomas the Tank Engine on AO3. First result summary. Nope! 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 Dude, do we need to reread Phoenix Wright Ace Christian on the channel? Have you seen Inflation Train Art? No, and I'm very glad I haven't. I'm also very glad that I'm so desensitized to this that the mention of the spider stuff, I actually haven't thought much about the spiders, so I'm gonna be honest. I was about to mention the worst of the old Thomas the Tank Engine shipping, but then I realized it would bring said part into the conversation, which is exactly what I'm trying to avoid. Don't worry, TK. I'll bring it into the conversation for you. The worst thing from the Thomas the Tank Engine fandom that I can remember, or the weirdest thing, I guess it's not really worst, was a video titled something along the lines of James finds Twilight Sparkle dead, mourning in the snow over her dead friend, and tries to comfort her. And it was just a single still image that was kind of poorly photoshopped, actually very poorly photoshopped, of a snowy scene with Twilight Sparkle crying in front of a grave, with James, with a complete perspective shift, just sitting in the background. And the entire video was that, with music playing over it. Just some sad music playing over it. I mean, kudos to the person who made it, you know, for embracing what they like doing, right? You know? I cannot fault that. I can laugh at it from a distance, but I don't think I can fault the person for actually making what they wanted to, you know? And it is a little sad that the video's gone, A, because I can't really mock it anymore, because I can't find it anymore, and B, because it means the person was, like, straight bullied, you know, rather than Jason bullied. Like what we're doing here. It means that the person probably received enough harassment and bullying on their own channel that they didn't feel like they should have it up anymore, and that's kind of sad, you know? It's the funny thing is, hey, I was gonna film it in Railroader, let's go. Just added you in the server with a timestamp. Thank you, thank you. I'll check that out later. When I actually edit down this clip. What video is it that went missing? Don't worry about it, Ray. Don't worry about it. Oh god, I was actually clicking over the wall there for a second. That's the exact part of the fandom I was trying to avoid. The MLP crossovers. Haha! I told you I knew what it was. Phoenix Wright Ace Christian would be better than any of this. Don't worry. There is an MLP crossover fanfiction made by the same guy who made Phoenix Wright Ace Christian. A Phoenix Wright and MLP crossover fanfic. Actually, do worry. Run for your life. My ability to concentrate got kind of erased by the fanfic listings as a protective measure, probably. Yeah, it's a defensive measure in your brain to make sure that this stuff doesn't last. It's just this amnestic. It's an amnestic. A6I, A7L, B8S, A3S. Okay, hold on. Which one's going where? 369989. Let's just double check. What's the hopper on this end of the train? This is the one that goes to 3. Okay, okay, we got this, folks. I know what I'm doing. I am training. MLP is like Rule of 34, though they're crossover with everything somewhere. Very true. Very true. On the side of the cab of 1187, it says bottom train. Nice. This is terrible. I love it. I take the decapod and another decapod and make another baby, and it's a 212-2? A 212-2 in Railroader? What kind of mod do you have for the game? I haven't seen a 212-2. I've seen 266-2. I've seen 210-2. 212? It'd have to be another decapod, most likely. Just a little 15-inch gauge one. Yeah, hold on. Let me make an ON18 decapod real quick. Excuse me. How is the shunter formed? How do get the train Porgante? I don't know. I need to understand. I have a tank at the engine, and I got the diesel the engine, and I need a new train. I don't know where that voice came from, but I really like it. It's stupid. Alright. Unloaded. After this, we then have to get one car at the back of the train to A3S, which might actually require us to delete a car over here. What contract is this on here? This is on SMLH65. Roger. SML... I've teleported too far. SMLH65. Where's SMLH65? Okay, so I don't need to worry about any of this. Never mind. Don't care. We can delete that car. I'm not taking that anywhere. What are you talking about? I ain't moving that thing. Alright, now we want... clear... If you go with the CCC lore, they lay eggs. Oh, Choo Choo Charles. I'm like, CCC, what is that? The... cock? On a side note, there's a garbage truck outside, and I hate it. Dude, They moved the garbage day from Thursday to Friday. Why couldn't they have left it on Thursday? I stream on Fridays. I want to be able to do the things without being interrupted by the occasional whir of some guy outside, but no, they just had to change it. Yeah. Also, how's our battery life doing on these things? Oh, they're doing surprisingly well. We started to stream off with like 45%. We've only gone through 10% battery life on these? Dang! Get them to join in. Get the garbage trucks to join in? Yeah, sure, hold on. We'll get the garbage truck body pillows real quick. Are there garbage trucks in Thomas/Cars universes? I mean, there's trucks, right? There's the building trucks, right? You just grab one of those. Apparently the thunderstorm had ridiculous winds because it blew our neighbor's canopy onto the roof. Jesus. Hope they're okay. Hope they're safe. That's scary. I've only just now finished the first paragraph because I've been distracted by all the questionable things the Fat Controller has supposedly been doing. Supposedly? Jack, we got this on tape. You think we don't have proof? Oh baby, show me that exhaust pipe of yours. Reading or writing? It's writing, it's writing. Jack has 3 paragraphs to write about random current events. Last thunderstorm turned our canopy into metal spaghetti. Ooh, in our alley. Yikes. Ouch. That's no fun. Probably best not to include any of this. Yeah, don't include these current events in your homework. Do not talk about the fat controller getting exposed for being Sir Bottom Hat. I kind of just want to point at this. I know I can't actually throw the switch right now because you're running over it, but I just wanted to do that. That's enough is never enough, bucko. The cat ears. I hate the fact that you've reminded me that I need to get a cat ears, like, washcloth/headband. My girlfriend said I needed to get one, and we still haven't found out where to buy it. And I'm sad. So why is it that on this side of the... Okay, never mind. We can still lean out of the cab. Kind of. Wait, actually... Okay, yeah, no, never mind, never mind. Did let us find out that our canopy was a scam because we were able to break the metal legs by hand without them being broken before, and the thing was $250. Yeesh. It's a combination. It is a combination. You're right. You know what else is a combination? 2 plus 2. I have no clue why I said that, but here we are. Tomorrow I'm going on another steam train ride. Hey, lucky. There's also one today, and while sitting here watching your stream, I heard the whistle for it going. That's fun. That's always a blast when you know there's a train ride going on today, and you just hear it in the distance. One more thing while it's cut to the what a strange person from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Grain? I just said Graham, I think. Yes, Monty Python and the Holy Grandmother. The pan sound is still going to be playing, just at a lower volume. Well, yeah, you gotta have it continue through the entire scene, right? Given that the Fat Controller gives us strong prod public school bike, it'd be more surprising if he wasn't into some kinky stuff. You know, this is really funny because we were talking about religious schools earlier and how just generally public school systems and school systems here in the United States are not the best. So it's funny to bring up schoolboy in your comment there. The thing I'm writing about is CPKC and CN are facing labor disputes that could shut down rail transport through the Canada and US border. Oh yes, I remember reading up a little bit on that. I don't know much about it, but that's actually kind of terrifying, because that kind of strike could legitimately shut down, like, a major part of the US and our money, you know, our GDP. So I'm really interested about why the strikers are, or, what is this, strikers? It's not a strike, is it? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure on the terms, so I'm gonna call them strikers for now. I wonder what they're actually, like, trying to dispute and manage here. It reminds me, was at a get-together for a friend's birthday 3-ish weeks ago, and at one point a traction engine rumbled past, chuffing and blowing the whistle. Rather random. Kids liked it, we took them out to chase after it. Ooh, fun. Fun. Lucky. It's the entirety of us, so I think we got it worse. Oh, absolutely, but it's also going to impact the US, you know? They are threatening to do a strike? Okay, yeah, I figured as such. I mean, what else would they do? A not strike? A legally not strike? Okay, hold on. We need this to go to B8. B8 is on the far side here. And it looks like there's enough space for 2 hoppers. So we don't need to actually stop anything here. Public school meaning something very different on each side of the Atlantic here. More private school slash prep school kind of thing. Well, it's also just talking about how the school systems here in the United States and partially Canada kind of set people up for failure. Terribly. And also a little bit about how the online world conditions us to think failure is bad. You know, it's just a natural part of our world. Reasons are that workers are upset with demanding schedules and not getting paid sick time? I'm sorry, what? Nah, that's stupid. That's dumb. Really? That's a thing they deal with? No sick time pay? No sick leave? And no... It was a nice demo of gendered interest being bunked. Hey, 4 little girls, too. We've had a lot of talks about expression today, haven't we? It's kind of weird. This is why you need unions. Employers will try to get away with everything they're allowed to. Exactly. You need to have some way to say no. Oh, school's not being good. Have I told you about the time I got detention for playing tag? Huh? Please, pray tell, sheep. What we were generally talking about was, I guess just to recap for those of you who were not here, what we were talking about earlier was how the grade system that we have, if you're a straight A student, and then you... We were actually talking about my experience with this a little bit, but how the way grades work incentivizes people to never fail. And the problem with this is that it makes it so that you never want to fail, and so whenever you get into issues, whenever you get into a point where you can fail or be wrong or something of that nature, you might get extremely defensive over something where somebody else has or something else has gotten in the way, somebody else has proven that you're bad. And so that just exaggerates the fears and troubles and whatnot, you know? It's no fun. It's no good. Failure is inevitable. It's how you deal with it that matters. Exactly. And the way that the public school system sets up people for this is not healthy. At least here in the United States. Also, what time is it? 3:30. Unions can be good, but they can also be pretty bad. Case in point, my 5th grade teacher who could not teach and the school knew she could not teach was not allowed to be let go because of the union. Jeez. Yeah, there are some cases where unions are problematic, but the fact is every system can be abused, and it's more likely that the employer is going to abuse the employee than the employee is going to abuse the employer. I recognized that one. It took me until after I was out of university to realize that I've been fed a false line of you have to get all of this right first time or you may as well be dead, which I've since made a point of cluing younger generations in whenever there's been a relevant opportunity. Yeah, for me, you know, as I was mentioning earlier, I was a straight A student until my parents got divorced, at which point my depression just went through the roof, became very, very problematic, and I was not able to get... I almost flunked out of high school, actually. I got Fs in 5 of my 7 classes. But I've never fully recovered from that, to be frank. I know what's wrong, but because I've been conditioned for so long, I don't know how to appropriately deal with it. Right? It sucks. She was in the students' parents, and the school all wanted to get rid of her, but the union said no. My god. What's the union gonna do? Cause a strike over one person? Okay, they probably could, but... Nothing is perfect, and I know unions can be problematic as well, but usually taking them is better than not. Yeah, that is very true. I mean, the way I like to look at anything is for proof of how a system can be abused. One person can murder somebody with a kitchen knife. It's not hard to do. But you're not going to see kitchen knives being banned just because one person abused the system for them, right? Like, knives are sharp. Knives can absolutely kill people, but like... Who the heck is going to say, by the way, I need to get rid of your ability to cut bread? Just because one person died. Right? It's a normal day, and some friends and I were playing tag. It was a little different from standard tag, but the school was having problems with hands-on. So when people who were normally gentle started to play rough, they got very upset, even though less than 20 feet away, 8 people were fighting. Classic school. Deal with the people who aren't troublemakers because you know they won't contest your authority. But you do need to be over... Wait, really? You have to be over 18 to buy one in the UK now? Lamau. Okay, maybe that's a terrible example if we're talking about the UK then. Heh. We're gonna head out on a bike ride while there's a little window of no storm. If I come back soaked, I'll let you know. Oh, don't worry, TK. I already know you're gonna be soaked by the time you get back. It's inevitable. You said it, you've jinxed yourself. I don't know if you realized it, but that example specifically sounds very pro-gun. Oh, I know it very much does, and I don't intend for that. Because... I don't want to admit to why I actually say the way I say it is, but I'll say it's not pro-gun. Maybe I'll DM you about it later, Celestial, just so you can know why where it comes from. You are right, though. It does sound very pro-gun. AR-15s, baby. As I've always said, guns don't kill people. People don't kill people. Bullets kill people. I mean, yeah, you're right, I guess. The tiny piece of metal that enters your heart and exits your sphincter. Whispers extremely quietly. Ah, good! I changed the subject. Realize Stir can hear me because I typed this. Crap! Also, I'm an idiot. We have definitely overshot the target destination. They're not banned, it just makes it very, very, very slightly harder for an upset kid to buy one and use it to stab or bully someone. I don't know, politicians gotta be seen to do something. That seems to be hard to get a license to drive a forklift in the States than to get a high-powered weapon. From what I understand, forklift certification is surprisingly easy to go through. Like, everything... I've legitimately looked this up, because, you know, YouTube, for how much I love hanging out with you guys, this job doesn't pay that well. And so I've been looking for an alternative job on the side that I can do part-time. Or, alternatively, for ways to grow the channel. And I've actually heard forklift certification surprisingly easy to do. It does not. It's mostly just watching videos of people dying because somebody was an idiot while driving a forklift. Don't ask me why I know this information. It's easier to lose that license? Yeah, probably. You know, if we want more cursed conversations to annoy Jack, I'm out of ideas. Somebody give me one, please. No vehicle. Okay, we gotta keep moving. Roger. You talks about sport. Dude, that's the entire reason I've looked up forklift certification in the first place. You're too late, Sonic! I am now forklift certified! Oh, my throat. Ow. Ow. Okay. We're not doing that voice again. I'm fine, I'm fine. Just rough throat for a minute there. You don't just spit that info out. Oh, just came back from watching Hot Anime Girls? Clearly you're not forklift certified. What time is it? I think we're going to repair this engine, then we're going to start planning for what the next stream is going to be. Though I guess I could go for a little bit longer, actually. There's no legal obligation for me to specifically do a 4-hour live stream and nothing more, nothing less. Forklifts are the only kind of vehicle that really have anything resembling hands in the Cars universe. Maybe in Thomas, too. Don't give Sir Bottom Hat any ideas. Because the idea of a forklift job? I hate that. And now that it's been put in my head, you need to hear it too. Oh, I've overshot this hard. Oops. I don't know, I don't think they'd be able to move the forks fast enough. They don't need to move the forks fast enough. Says who you need speed. You just need style. Yeah, 6-year live stream. Wait, did I say years? I meant hours. Totally. I mean, remember that one 10-hour live stream we had when Railroader first came out? That was fun. Oh, come on. Really? I backed up too far? That is not what I wanted to put in there. How is it chowing through water? We're running it pretty hard, honestly. Then again, this engine is designed to be refueled pretty constantly in-game. Alright. Well, let's get her to the sheds. Let's get her fixed up and repaired. I was actually thinking about modding a 212.0 into Railroader. Probably a freelanced American-style design and not a real 212.0 prototype. I'm not actually sure, were there any real 212.0 prototypes? Like, just worldwide, not just US? 412.12.6 or something. Yeah, next thing you know, there's gonna be a, 14.22. Gotta do some hand stretching so that I don't injure myself. Just holding on to this stuff for so long can hurt me. I gotta be careful. I know you aren't going to listen, but this is exactly why you try to fire efficiently so the safety doesn't pop constantly. I have no clue how to fire efficiently in the first place. I mean, I'm sure I could try and figure it out. Where's the gauges? Like the fire temp, I could probably try and figure out how to adjust the fire temp and make sure that we're not constantly making steam, but... Hey, even with me playing bad when running steam engines, we're still saving money by running this over the diesels. Also, I hate this little thing. Dude, that took so much work to slam down. Wait, there was an engine with 6 cylinders? Oh, goodness gracious. That thing must have been a behemoth. Use the damper. Is this the damper or is this the damper? I mean, I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, that's the... Nope. I have no clue what I'm doing. This is not something I should be trying to learn right now. I should be getting the engine to repairs. Oh wait, nope. That button, there we go. We still have engines number 69 and 61, right? Okay, good. They're still in render distance and haven't despawned. Thankfully. That could have been a disaster if they did. Could you imagine if we lost engine number 69? If you're wondering, I don't think it worked very well. Aw, dang, it didn't work very well? That's sad. Things on the floor here. Ah, this is the damper. Okay. Oh my god. That's a lot of money for the wheels, Jesus. Also, I used a ton of sand when I was... Huh. Wow. Basically, you put the damper down when the safety pops and pull it up when you have too much when you don't have enough pressure. Okay, okay. Yep, fire temp is going down. It was at 800 earlier. What time is it? 3:45. I think this is a good time. To find a job to do. We could do these 2 harbor jobs. But I would need long 2. How much money do I have right now? 50,000? We made a good amount of money today. What do you mean there's fees? That's definitely my cue to go get more fluid after a furious coughing fit. Good luck. Go get more liquids. Slurp, slurp. Oh! Boys? See this right here? Now, right now, it's not what we're going to buy. But I think the next time we play, we'll actually have enough money to go to the harbor. Because we want to go to the harbor anyways, because we got this huge train of stuff that we want to bring out there, right? We can take this contract. We can go from the sawmill, or smelter, to the hamburger. We go to the hamburger, there's going to be big kaboomy boys. So next stream, we can amp up the risk. Let me drop a save here. Ooh. Safety pops at about 14 bar. Okay, that's going to take a while for me to get used to, but I think it could be something we could do. Something we could try. Using this to keep the safety from popping. Although I'd probably keep it closer to 12 just for the sake of keeping it a little lower. Did someone say kaboom? Oh, we have a shovel, right. So you're telling me that the random things are thrown on the ground over here, these don't count? I have to go and manually pick these up so I can throw them away. I mean, I guess I don't have to. Lower the pressure, less power. Yeah, so that's why you have the safety pop all the time, right? That's why the pressure gauge was sitting constantly at a little under 15. Yeah, that's why the pressure gauge was always at that sort of range. Alright, where's the trash can? That's interesting that the texture didn't load in fully there for a second. No, don't want to throw away that. That's important. All our licenses. I have green matcha kombuchas, hopefully a guard against the antibiotics I'm on killing my gut bacteria. I don't know if the new COVID variant is global or just local, then maybe you really don't want it. Dude, I might be going on a vacation next month, and last time we went on a vacation, I got COVID. Immediately. And I had to be sick the whole time and quarantine myself. It sucked. It was terrible. And this is another trip where that might happen. If I get COVID, I'm screwed. I'm SOL, you know? I can't do anything for the entire trip but sit there and listen to the fun stuff that everybody else is doing, and hopefully that doesn't happen. Get the masks out. Yeah, we always wear masks when we're traveling long distance on public transit. Because the exposure rate is terrible. But I still got it, even though I was wearing one, you know. Even though I was vaccinated. I gotta go eat dinner. Well, this is perfect time for you, Jack, because I gotta... Well, okay, I don't gotta, but this headset is really starting to make me sore, so I'm gonna call it here. It has been fun, as always. We need... Derail Valley is always such a blast. And you want to know something interesting about today? I haven't had breakfast. I'm surprised I haven't actually had a massive, explosive event today, because I was so afraid that I was going to. I haven't eaten today. At all. So... take that for what you will. Anyways, take care, everybody. Expect a funny stream highlight in the coming days. And I will see you all on Sunday. This is what I was going to sidetrack you by asking what you bet about by discussions about expression too bad. That'll have to wait. Cheers, everybody. I'll see you all on Sunday. Bye-bye.